All right, let's see what's going on. See if I think I screwed something up. I had a hard time getting on. We'll see. But that's the way it goes. We'll just hang out and see if anybody shows up. Top chat replay. You know what I need to do? Let me do this too while I'm here. One like. Let me see. Let me see what we got here. Um, let's do this here. Well, how do somebody showed up? I think I screwed up the first time. I don't know what I did. I have a hard time with this thing here. A lot of times I never for some reason I don't know, man. I have a hard time with it. It I try to set it up and then when I come back to it I can't get on sometimes. Sometimes it only comes on for a few minutes. There we go. John Fallon, how you doing? A squared. Good to see you, J and P. Did did this show up at one time? I did one. I talked to myself for 15 minutes. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I was thinking I screwed something up. I had to log off and log back on and try it again. So glad you're okay. Yeah, we're cool here, man. Just been busy. Oh, I sent out a community post where I took a picture of the back deck there. That's what I was working on. I wanted to work on that a little bit today. And it gets dark so early, man. It gets dark at, about 20 minutes to 5. Not dark, but that's when the sun goes down. And so I only did it a couple hours every day. I wanted to wait till it warmed up. And then I'd get on it for a couple hours. And then it had some rain, so I had to wait for that. So I wanted to go ahead and finish that before it got cold, before the winter got here. Real Retirees Uncut. How you doing, boss? I appreciate that daggone email you sent. That's exactly that Whirligig Park down there. We had never been. Like I said before, my daughter has a friend of hers lives down there, and they talk about it, but I had never been. But that's pretty neat. Downtown like that. They got a place in town here that'd be a nice place to put something like that, but they don't have anything like that. 15 minutes late, unacceptable. at least the withdrawal fee or whatever, the late fee goes to me. Monterey Foxwell, love your channel. Well, I appreciate it, boss. Yeah, A squared. I just I had set it up so it would come on, and then for some reason I couldn't get it to come on. And then when it did come on, I didn't do nothing but sit there and talk to myself 15 minutes. Nobody showed up. So I figured I'd screwed something up. So I had to log out, log back in, and try it again. I'm not exactly technically qualified to operate anything. But hey, I give it a shot. Because I only do one a month, and it's hard to remember what I done last month. So that's truth. That's true story. That's not one of my made up stories. I've cut it off before. I have I've had 3 or 4 things go wrong trying to do a live. He's looking for me earlier. Yeah. Technical difficulties on the part of the operator there, buddy, Martin. In the 40s here, we hung up some Christmas lights. Yeah, I just got that one down. That's one the baby wants to put on the front door, and she wants to, every year she redoes the bow and everything to it, because it was actually a green one. But she bought some of that snow, and she put that snow on it this year. We'll let it hang for a couple of days, and then we'll go put it on the front door. I need to get on that. I got my leaves up today. I think it was second time I got them up. I'll do them probably one day next week if I catch it without it raining. And that'll probably be it. I might do the back one more time because a lot of them trees have still got it holding on to them. Do that the week after. and I'll call it quits for the rest of the year. But I got a string of lights for that gazebo that is went bad on me, so I got to replace that. And it's supposed to be nice next week. I think the day before Thanksgiving it's supposed to be 70 degrees. Chance of rain though, not much, off and on. But I think the week after Thanksgiving it's supposed to get some highs in the 40s. But it's been nice here in the afternoons. It really has. You get up and it's a little cool, but it's getting up in about the mid 50s here. So that's nice. Sunny, as long as it's sunny. If it was overcast for a lot of the time today, and it was a little cool feeling. It was a miserable feeling too, because a lot of the places around town, the trees are pretty much empty. And it's a great day. I have a question. Go ahead and give us a holler, unless you want to wait for a few more people to show up and get better answers. The leaves are still on my to-do list. Yeah, I put them off. I was supposed to do them yesterday. That's what I planned on doing them. But I said it got up to about noon. I was getting ready to step out to do them, and I made an executive decision and come back in the house. Proper Pepper, how you doing? Backyard science. Pepper, I only do one a month. I even have to write it on the calendar. So it's not that big a deal. You catch them if you can, if not, watch the replay. You've been staying out of trouble. Yeah, for the most part, I have. Yeah. Porch came out good. It looked pretty nice, didn't it? Did you see that post I put out? I did it two-tone. I did a little video about it actually yesterday, I believe. And I'll put it out one day next week. I got a bunch of junk videos, not a bunch. 10, 15 of them that I'm going to put out I made over the year, and I just ain't never put them out. So I'll put them out probably on Wednesdays. You can watch them if you want. And ain't much to them. One of them was about that. And I got one when I was fishing. Oh, back here in the summer. Didn't catch anything. Caught a bunch of little catfish and a couple of perch. And but I was wearing that harness. And that was the first time I'd done one in a harness. And I didn't have the angle quite right. So I didn't ever put it out, but I'm still gonna put it out now. My hero. Yeah, okay. I had a call scheduled with my boss today to inform him of my good news. 2 weeks after work, he spoiled it by asking me to reschedule tomorrow. I'll be doggone. He's got to get the last word in, don't he? The best, I'm about to retire and you inspire me. Yeah, buddy, I think you best look somewhere else for that. If I inspire you, man, that's hard to believe. If it weren't for the baby, I wouldn't be able to do nothing. She's the adult in the relationship. How long did it take y'all to realize you're finally retired? 1 month and 3 days. I did a video about that for me, A squared. I think it was about 4. I got it wrote down on a notebook over on it because it surprised me. I think it was about 4 months in when I was taking that walk down at the park, and that the emergency alarm went off over the plant. It was on a Friday because every Friday morning at 9:30 or 9, they test the alarm. and I could hear it. And right away, I'm thinking that alarm goes off. Somebody's hurt. There's a fire explosion or something going on. And then I realized, man, I was retired. I'd been retired for a couple of months, and the world didn't come to an end. And I got to laughing when I realized it. Man, heck, man, you know. But that was what it was for me. Baby ever make an appearance? No, she will never make an appearance. I try and try and try, and but no, she won't. She don't want nothing to do with it. Welcome to the Backyard CEO Club. You're down there and keep it real. Yeah, well, that's the only way I know, boss. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. You hadn't put out any videos in a while. I'm glad you're not dead. Yeah, me too, buddy. Speaking of which, when I first retired, a buddy of mine at work, he never met Connie, but I used to always tell him about how bad she treated me over the weekend. He used to call her the Black Widow of Carolina. So he called me about a month into retirement. Just check to see if I was doing okay. A squared took me a few months. Yeah. Oh no, I never went back. There you go, Ronald. You got it right. Long-term voluntarily unemployed. What kind of camera are you using right now? It's a Logitech. Man, I don't know. It's one of them little clips onto your daggone laptop. I could use the one on the computer, but this one gives a little bit better picture than that one does. A little more pixels or whatever. When I do a live, I use that, and then I got a Yeti, a Blue Yeti or whatever microphone. When I first started YouTube, all I used was daggone camera and microphone on a daggone laptop, and then I think I had trouble with my camera, so I had to go get that. And then I wasn't real happy with the volume coming out of that, so I went. Well, actually, I didn't get that. A friend of my son's give it to him. He got another one, and so I took it from him. From my videos I make now, because I got me I think it was last year I got me a daggone GoPro, and that's what I do my videos on now. So just because I can carry it with me, so and it gives a little bit better picture than this even. So, did you find your purpose in retirement? Sure did. I never had one when I was working other than bring money in. So I that's something about retirement that just didn't hold true for me. You know, a lot of stuff about what I heard about retirement just never held true for me, and that was one of them. I'm a loner. I tend to be an introvert. I like my alone time so I can sit and think. I'm not an overly active person. I enjoy sitting down, taking a break. I ain't lying to nobody. I got, I don't know how many chairs scattered through the whole yard. I can't go hardly 10 foot without finding one I can sit in. I used to tell people that they called me Clank at work because every time I walked by a chair, that's the sound of that magnet that was in my back pocket, dragging a chair under me. Clank. We used to tease a girl at work about that. That's what we used to call her when she weren't around. Clank. But nah, I don't need one. And some people feel lost. Some people miss that sense of title that they had. You know, that's something that helped me too. So I never had a title. Well, I was an operator, or it might have been the lead man on the ship, but that was just so they could have somebody to yell at if somebody went wrong, something went wrong. It wasn't, I mean, I didn't have no power, hire, fire, or force anybody to do anything. It was just a name to give you. So I didn't, but and I can understand it. A lot about that, man. I think a lot of that stuff they tell you is about retirement is I don't think it really holds true for regular people. You know, I mean, you get your mechanic down at the shop that's working on your engine. That's all he does for a living. I don't think he's going to need a purpose in retirement. I don't think he's going to need to stay active. I think it holds true for certain people and other people it don't. Most of it didn't hold true for me at all. Just a webcam. That's it. What kind of projects are on the list for this winter? Well, I need to learn that daggone banjo. I'm learning I'm fooling with it a little bit off and on now. But that's my idea for the wintertime. I got a couple of them whirly gigs I really do want to put together. Whether I actually do them or not, I don't know. But I'm collecting the stuff for that. And right now, I think that's about it. The wintertime, I usually hibernate, to be honest with you. Unless I got to go out, I don't step outside. So I don't know. I got a couple things in mind. That's why sitting's dangerous. Sitting is real dangerous for me because I got 15 minutes. I can come up with 1,000 things to do, and I got a handful of them in mind. But picked up an older RV and looking forward to exploring. Oh, that's great, man. That's fantastic. Before I retired, I had mentioned that I'd like to find me a daggone one of them old vans from like 79 or something like that, or in the 70s, and redo it because I always wanted me one when I was a kid. They had it used to be a big thing when make it a conversion van. I said I think I might have mentioned it on a live one time that put you some shag carpet in it, put you some of them curb feelers down there, when them all disco balls in the ceiling of it, you know, make it a rolling museum. But yeah, that's something I'd thought about. And years ago, man, I don't know, 20 years ago, I guess, I come up with a set of plans to build a teardrop travel trailer because the kids were grown and sleeping on the ground was getting a little bit rough. So I said, all I need is a mattress. And technically, I could just throw one in the back of the truck and put a shell over it. But so I got all kinds of ideas. I can't stop them. You can go on tour, yeah. Ryan over here near the Chesterfield Mall. Hey, Brian, okay. Brian Harrington. My hobby, I got a drone. Hey, the wife bought me one last year for Christmas. Just a little one of them little Radio Shack specials. And I never use it. It weren't much. But yeah. Put the reflectors on your whirly gig so they will illuminate at night when the cars come by. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's what I've thought about with that mirror that I had took off the bathroom wall, and I cut it up in smaller sections so I can cut little slivers out of it and mount it on the whirly gig. Just something different. That's all. Ever fooled with annuities? Nope. Grow your hair long and hit the road in a hippie van. Excellent retirement. Back during COVID, I could have. I didn't shave or cut my hair the whole time through COVID. It's probably about 2 years because they had shut everything down at one time. The barbershops and stuff wouldn't allow you to do it. And And then when they opened them back up, they weren't allowing you to go in there unless you had a mask on. So I said, I ain't going until I can go in there like I want to. And it was over a year. The wife was happy when I done it. Usually I grow a beard in the wintertime. Usually I shave it off for a Christmas present. I think I'm gonna carry it longer this year because they're saying January might be a pretty rough year here for us. That means 40, 45. I used to play the banjo, had a did good time. All right. That's what I was looking at. No, it's an old, is it a good time? No, old time, I think. I don't know. It was an open battle. Strings closer to the frets to make it easy to play. Took up golf now and I suck at both. Virginia was overkill doing cover. Yeah, it was. It was. I thought it was. But Keith, where you from, Keith? There's a lot of good golfing up near you. That's the reason I asked. Used to be a lot of golf courses over here, right around me, but there ain't any hardly now. You got to go all the way to Prince George to find one. Used to have one open on Fort Lee, right across the river, but I don't know if you still have a golf course over there or not. But we had one, I don't know, maybe quarter mile down the road right there. It was just 9-hole golf course. Kentucky Leisure, how you doing? Alabama. Okay, Keith. I don't think I've ever been to Alabama. No, I ain't. I ain't never been in the West. I ain't been very far west at all. I mean, flew up to Green Bay. I went out to Hawaii, but as far as actually being anywhere, I've been through Tennessee and Kentucky, but I mean, we ain't never spent no time there. So Virginia's as far west as I've actually been. Grown a goatee, never had a chance to grow facial hair for the last 30 years. Could grow something when I was out of town for training. Oh, yeah. Mom used to cut my hair for years. I'd go over there and get it cut. One year she snipped my ear, split. I don't know which one it was. I think it was this one, but still got a mark on it, cut the bottom of it like that with our scissors. So after that was when the kids were little. And after that, I used to threaten them if they could be bad, I'd send them to grandma to get their hair cut. And they'd run through the house like that. But yeah, it was she did it for years. And then I started going to a local barber shop down here. That's where I run into trouble with when I took my glasses off and I kept watching that fellow looking at me. That's where it happened, right down the road there. Prince George is it's east of here. It's right on the other side of Hopewell. It probably ain't. I can probably get there in about, depending on the lights, probably 10, 15 minutes. So it's I guess it's a little southeast of here, just a little bit, not far. Actually, that's where mom and dad lived at when I was born. That's how first house I lived in was out there in Prince George. I spent some time out there. It's a. Oh yeah. I see where they have have some commercials on TV here about that, and that's Robert Trent Jones. That's there was two Bobby Joneses. One of them was a course builder, and the other one was the golfer. And they made some kind of agreement where the course builder would use his middle name like that, and Bobby Jones would always go by Bobby Jones. Because I was curious about that, because I think Bobby Jones did well. He's the one that started Masters tournament. He's the one that had that bought that and started that. So I knew he made design golf courses too, but I was always curious if it was the same fellow, but it's not. It's two different people. Remind the new retirees if they want to continue. That's right, Swamp. That's exactly right. I don't have that problem, so it doesn't affect me. But you might have to renew. You have to check with your employer. It's that time of year if you have to renew your insurance. I did that first year I was out because I wasn't sure if mine would carry over. But they said as long as I don't change anything, then it stays just like it did when I was at work. But it's that time of year to start thinking about that stuff because that you don't want to go daggone without insurance. Anything can happen, man. I don't have much hair left. I just cut myself with a. Okay. I don't have much either. Minnesota. How you doing, boss? It's a great golf course. Yeah. A lot of times Dad and a bunch of them when they get together and they go down to Myrtle Beach. Well, there used to be a bunch of them down there. And then I think they went down to Florida one year in the winter. And I don't know, it weren't every year, but every couple of years there'd be a group of them to get together and go overseas there, over to Scotland and there and play golf. Probably, I remember it a couple of times when I was a kid. That's all I remember. Them guys going. Dad never went, but there would be a handful of them to go. The golf pro at the golf course out here, he'd get a few guys. I guess 4 or 5 of them together, and they'd go out there and play. A chilly day in Northern Virginia. Oh, was it? It was. It weren't bad out there today. Here, we didn't have the wind, and it was sunny, and I think it got like 54 or something today, so it weren't bad. So, and I didn't take me long to get the leaves up. I just run over with the mower, so I was out there a couple hours, but that was afternoon, so it had time to warm up. I went out this morning to take my walk. I think it was still 50 when I was taking my walk. It weren't a bad day at all. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So that's all I was thinking about. Oh, talking about painting my deck like that. I went two-tone. I seen it in a magazine, and I like the way it looks. So I talked to the baby, and that's the reason we did it. Actually, this kitchen table's done the same way. It's white around the side and it's dark colored on the top. I kind of bought it from a guy. I think it was on Craigslist or something. Kitchen table, and I thought it was a pretty table when she bought it, but I didn't want her to do it like she did. But she can't see my vision, and I can't see hers. It turned out pretty good. But that's the first time I ever stained anything that I own. I've helped people stain their decks and stuff before, but I ain't never done it before. I think it turned out pretty good. Had a little bit of bleed through with that painter's tape up against the white. I have to go back and touch it up, but I got a notice from. Hey, Carlos. I've been checking every day since I got that email, and it hadn't shown. I just went there this morning, and it hadn't showed up yet. So I was gonna. I tried to get a hold of them, let them know, make sure they had sent it, but they didn't have an open phone call. So I tried to get email to them, but I figured, hey, I'd give them a little while. So, but I appreciate it, boss. I'm looking for it. Anyone traveling for the holidays? No, not us. We don't travel for the holidays. We never have. I think we went down to Carolina when the kids were little. But we were always back for Christmas here. We'd go down a couple days beforehand. Did you put some sand in the paint to make it non-slip? No, no. It it well, I stained the top of the deck, and it shouldn't be. I've never had. Dad always painted or stained his deck, and he never. It was never slick over there, so I don't know. I don't know nothing about it. If it's slick, then I'll put some of them little treads down there, right, and walking right through the center of the deck and down the steps. 43 state parks. Oh yeah, yeah. We got we got one right down the road here. It's where we used to always go camping. I wanted to get out there this year, but this year's been a real um it's been a terrible year. I hadn't been able to get out like I wanted to. I had all that stuff going on with Mama's estate. Then I hurt my back, and then one of my little ladies lives right over yonder, through the woods back yonder. Her husband just recently died, so I've been going over there and helping her out, and I just I ain't really had too much of a spare minute. So it's been I just have to shut it down, tee it up again next year. Is what I'll do, because I missed that. I enjoyed that. Lost sound. Is you still out of sound, John? Huh? Got the sound back. Okay, that's cool. Well, I mean, if you want to shut it off, you can shut it off. I tell you what, if you want to have some fun when you watch one of my videos, or anybody's, I guess, but cut the volume off and cut closed caption on and see it try to write daggone and stuff like that. I do that from time to time. Driving from the chair to the fridge and back again. That's right. That's that's my goal with my exercises. I want to be able to get up out of the chair, make it to the refrigerator, or make it to the bathroom and back. You'd be surprised at how big a deal that is for some people. My bad. The first notice was ready to ship. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Carlos. You ain't got to fool with all that. It just I know you had sent that email, and so I kept an eye on it. And then it's been a while, at least a week or two, about a week and a half or so. And so I started getting concerned. So I was going to send you an email and let you know what was going on, so you can make arrangements to get back whatever you give for it. So, but yeah, you got Ferrystone State Parks right down in there, down in Virginia Beach, there, down that way. I don't know how many state parks you got. You got a couple of national parks too, up in a national forest over near the mountains too. But I think they got a state park out near, not to the west, near Powhatan too, I believe. Well, I used to go hunting down at Pocahontas Park. Now they don't allow anybody to hunt there. Used to be you could just go sign up so they'd know who was on the list. Then they started charging for it, and then they started having like you have to bid for it, and then they only had certain days open. And so I said, forget all that mess. What is your favorite hobby? I don't really have a hobby, man. I don't know. I don't really have any hobbies. Couldn't tell you, buddy. I just couldn't. They see, that's the one of them other things that didn't hold true for me. Having a hobby, having something to do, retiring to something. I never understood that. I can see it for some people, but for me, it's one of them things that didn't hold true. Did you get a turkey yet? I think we got one in the freezer. I ain't killed one. Of course, I ain't turkey hunted though either. I didn't know if you was asking if I've killed one, but we got one in the freezer. I went out there this morning. Baby was looking for a ham. I guess she was going to have it this weekend. We got a spiral ham out there. So, but oh no, I think it's Target. Target's got them on sale, is what it is. So she'll probably run pick one up tomorrow. Is what she'll do. But I don't know that we're going to have turkey. Nobody here really cares for it that much. I like it, and but Connie doesn't really care for it, and my daughter don't really care for it. I think it's mostly well, and Jake. I don't think my son cares for it too much either. He likes it okay. Everybody likes it, but after the Thanksgiving, nobody really wants to have any of it. But I eat it till it's gone. Gardening? Yeah, I don't know, man. I enjoy fooling with it, but I don't really consider it a gardening. I mean, a hobby. It's, I mean, it's just what you do when the spring comes. It's like spring cleaning or something. I, I don't know, man. I ain't really give it much thought. It did bother me that I didn't retire to something, but it turned out I didn't need to. And I think I mean, it's like that last video. A lot of that stuff, I think it's a good idea to keep in mind. It's a good idea to work on, but it just don't hold true for everybody. It's not a necessity. For some people it is, but buying one's easier than hunting. Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, we never had to buy one. Dad used to always win one in a daggone golf tournament. They always had a turkey tournament about this time of year every year, and he'd always win one. And I think he got one from the plant too. They used to give him one. I never got one from the plant or anything. We always had to buy one since we've been married. And I think the last time we actually done it, we bought one. We just got the breast smaller because at that time it was just me and the wife and the two kids. So and they were smaller. But I told Connie one time, I said, "Ain't no need in you being in here all daggone day making things for a 5-minute meal." I said, "We'll go down to Cracker Barrel and get that meal they got down there. I go down there and pick it up and bring it home. We eat, and it comes in its own plastic trays and everything. You just close them up and stick them in the refrigerator. You're done. There's no washing or nothing." So we started doing that. We've done that for a few years. Then it got too expensive, and I don't know. I don't know what Connie's got planned this year. I see she made a pumpkin pie this morning. I thought we was going to have some tonight, but she froze it for Thanksgiving. She made a banana pudding last week. Man, that was good too. It wasn't the baked kind that you stick in the oven. It was one of them instant ones with banana pudding and whipped cream and just bananas in it. All it was. Made it in a big bowl, but it was good. Duck for Thanksgiving? No. Several times. No, I always wanted Connie to try one of them turduckens one time. That's a lot of meat, Doc. No, I don't, Swamp Rat. Back when I was at the chemical at the string plant, I was going to one year. I went out and bought me one of them turkey calls, and because at that time I was right over here. Well, yeah, I believe most of my hunting I was doing right over here. When my little lady lived over here, she had that 20 some acres over here where they put a bunch of houses on it, right there beside the golf course, and there was a farm to the right of her. I was going over there, and there was a bunch of turkeys over there. But I never did go out. Never did go turkey hunting the first time. Wish I could garden, but I can't handle the disappointments. Yeah, yeah. My old boss called and wants me to come back. Go on back, man. Make the money. I don't know, man. That'd be a hard decision to make. It'd be hard for me to go back. I'm too set in my ways now in retirement to have to relearn all that. You know, getting up every morning. setting an alarm clock. Maybe if it was all daylight job, maybe I don't know. Ain't no way I could do swing shift again. Just no way. I mean, I had to be off of bad shape in order to go get a swing shift job right now. I don't know. Factories I worked at used to give out a turkey. No kidding. Yeah, they used to give them out at from my dad, but I never got one from the plant, and they only give them out on Thanksgiving. I don't think they give out a ham for Christmas. Work from mostly home. Good to get you. Ryan Anderson, how you do? That was awful good comment you put out the other day, buddy. About that last video, about how you got a number set in your head, and once it gets down there, that's when you'll think about what you're going to do the next. And I think everybody's got that sort of a limiting factor in our head. It keeps us from going too squirrely. I mean, it's hard to put away some money and have it kept away if you don't have something internal like that, I think. Because I know we do. The baby does. I know for sure. Because we'll be spending some money through the week because she'll use her debit card. And she'll say, listen, I got to cut back on that because I've hit it a couple times this week. That's part of that feeling. It's when I say that about our budget. That's why, I mean, I can feel when we're spending more than we should. I don't have to look at anything. But yeah, I think a lot of people like that don't realize it. Retirement notice our employees yesterday, end of March. Listen, this thing here is going a little fast. I didn't get to all of them. I cut it back a little bit, but I'll see if I can go back through them once I put it out for the public to view, as an old one. See if I can get back to some of y'all about some of them. Never again. That's right. I agree with you, Steve. Trying to get back up to speed about 10 minutes back, they would fire me. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I kind of think a lot of people tend to overthink retirement. I was one of them. Because you get there and you get scared, you're not ready. And you see all that noise out there. And then you try to put them together and try to figure out how it works for you and everything. And it's a math problem. And 1 + 1 is 2. If you need 3, you need to go back and do something. But and the mental stuff, if you can fix that financial stuff, that's one less thing you got to be concerned with, and you can daggone spend that time you thinking about that on the other stuff. As far as what you're going to do, how you going to stay active, how you going to stay social, all that stuff. So if you knock out them 2 big ones that people are always so worried about, finances and health insurance, that leaves a lot of room in your head to work on everything else, and it makes that transition a little bit easier. That was my thought going in. That's why I approached it like I did, and it turned out it worked for me. 50 years old, started working at Kroger in 96. I'll probably go to 62. Depends on my health. Well, that's good to hear, Tom. That's one reason why I think it's important to stay up to date on them daggone health checkups. The earlier you can catch it, the better your odds of getting help for it. That's good to hear, Tom. I just go as soon as you can afford to. There'll always be more money to make. Yep. Yeah. More money to make. It's a tough cycle to get into, that one more year syndrome. But man, I think it's a tough call to make for a lot of people. Uh, Hold up procedure. Lucky me, no cancer. Okay, Carlos. I had trouble with that before I retired. A few years before I retired, probably 4 or 5 years. Had to go in looking for testing stuff for that. They know it was because I went in every year for my physical at the plant. They give you a physical every year. And a lot of times, most people never go. I used to go every year, and they found my numbers had jumped dramatically from the year before. Turned out not to be anything. Let me see if I can't roll it back and catch some people that I might have missed. Because I seen the daggone boards just going. But I don't know how you can. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Trying to get back up. Yep. 28 years. Yeah. Gave a retirement notice to her. That was Jackie B. JB. Oh, you give your notice yesterday. End of January and the end of March. It's getting real. Yeah, it does. When you get down towards the end. Bodine, making some bodine. I seen a guy on TV make it. I never had any of that. What goes in that? I'll have the baby look it up, see if she can't make something of it. It has something to do with sausage, isn't it? And it's sausage? Nope, no, we don't want to do that. I done hit a button somewhere. There we go. Mostly from home, so that'd be good. I think that's about everything. Luckily, got it removed the next day. Been checkups every 3 months, be sure. Yeah. No, Angie, it's pretty nice here. I think it's like 54 today. I'm glad you showed up. How's everything going with y'all? Y'all about ready to make the shift out this way? Y'all still got the idea coming out this way? It's greetings from Detroit. Detroit City. Detroit Madman. Who was that? Oh, gummit. He come down to Virginia Beach one year when we was down there. That's one reason I remember it. And he used to have Ted Nugent. That was it. Cole Winkler. Hey, buddy. Hey, man. I didn't get to go to Groundhog, buddy. I forgot that me and Connie had appointments that day. I didn't realize it when he was telling me the date. And when I went and looked on our calendar, we had I didn't know if I could get to see Groundhog. Had enough time to get there because there's no way I would have been able to go to the service because our appointments were right after that. So I didn't get to let anybody know that you had stepped out of town. Cajun pork, cooked sausage with rice. Oh, okay. Greetings from 100 Mile North U. The thumb. Oh, okay. Hoping for spring, see what the market looks like. Oh, okay, Angie, that'd be good. Be a nice time to come out that way, man. I wouldn't want to go in the wintertime. Amber Dukes. I didn't get to go either. We were out of town. I went to see the plot. He's down there where your dad. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I know you didn't get to go, Cole. You was y'all had stepped out of town that day. That's what it was. Now, what I was going to let them anybody there know that you were out of town, so you didn't come up, but don't want to move across country and after. Yeah, that's kind of what I think. It's yeah, and being your first winter there. Of course, I don't know where you live at in California. You could be in bad weather area than California too. I seen where the snow got the first snowfall in Hawaii yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. I was always amazed at that. You can go snow skiing and water skiing in Hawaii. Because you think of it and you think it's, you know, Pacific Island. You don't ever think of it getting cold there, but it's so high there. House up for sale. Then moving to Northern California coast. No snow here, Southern California. Oh, okay, yeah. My little lady across town, she's actually from San Diego. That's where she was born and raised. She had an uncle out here, and somehow her husband ran into him, and he said, "You ought to, if you're ever out in California, you ought to look her up." So that's how they got married. But I think her family is originally from Louisiana. He had something to do with some of them landing craft from Second World War. Her granddad did, or her dad. No, her dad was in the Navy. I think her uncle, I believe, had something to do with them landing craft. She told me one time. I forgot the story. Higgins boat. Yeah, had something to do with that. He weren't the Higgins fella, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if he worked for the guy or what, but he had something to do with that. I've been to Lower Bay Higgs boats. Yep. I've been looking I've been seeing online here lately. I've been looking at the fall of the Berlin Wall a lot. I remember it and got the newspapers and stuff, clippings for when it happened up there. But I said something the other day about the layaways. Somebody said that if you ain't 50, you don't nobody you wouldn't know anything about them. And that's something else that and Halloween. I did a video about Halloween and how kids today they ain't gonna miss Halloween like we did because it was totally different for us. I think some of the troubles we have nowadays is them young kids don't realize how it was because I mean they were born after the fall of the wall. That was that was something. That was something. So I catch a video too on here about it every once in a while. No kidding. I always wanted one too, but I was afraid somebody just sell me a piece of concrete. They busted off something they had. Sears and Roebuck layaway, yeah. Yeah, I mean, just about everybody had it. You could do it at any local place too. No kidding, Ron. Yeah, I guess you would have been. Had a brother-in-law was stationed over there too, and he's a lot older than me. And he was, yeah. So he would have been over before the wall did too. Thanks for the live, boss. You're welcome, A Squared. I appreciate you showing up, man. Every time someone wants socialism, I mention that when the wall fell, nobody ran it. That's right. That's right. I yeah. Want to retire somewhere where year-round decent weather. Well, it ain't bad here in Virginia year-round. Central Virginia's not bad, man. It really isn't. I gripe and complain, but you know, it ain't bad. Now it ain't 70 and sunny every day, but I mean, you get everything here too. You get a good fall, you get a nice spring. It gets hot and it gets a little cool. So I mean, it's nice. It's nice for a change because it gets so hot in the summer. When fall comes, you're ready for today on fall. I don't know that I'm ever ready for winter, but it tends to be short. So, and there, and great cousins, they would come back home since the 60s. Okay. We got any pieces of the Berlin Wall? Smash from St. Helens. Relatives. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty neat, Cole. I didn't know that. Supper time. There you go, Ray. Y'all take care, man. Y'all enjoy yourselves. I just had me a quick sandwich before I got on. Connie had run off with the daughter to have dinner this evening. They'd run down to the local restaurant. And I told her to bring me something back. So we would watch them through binoculars. Tired of cold weather. Gary the snail. Yeah. Well, I know. I remember that year we went to Niagara Falls. I think we went end of May, 1st of June, first week of June, I believe it was. And it was a little cool up there at that time. And they had a guy cutting there was a guy cutting grass in town there. He didn't even have no shirt on. I'm thinking, my goodness, man, it ain't that warm out here. It's just a difference in what you get used to. Good love for me to move back to Montana. Yeah. I've never been to Montana either. Always wanted to. It's a big place. Well, I see so many cowboy movies. That's why. Been to Jersey, toes and toes and toes. Throwing snowballs over the fence as a kid, and the guards and the towers would train their guns on us. No kidding, Angie. Let's see, they showed a boy escaping from there. I was watching some people escape from there on one of them videos I was watching, and guys backed up to the wall with two ladders on it, and it was hinged. So they leaned that one out the bed of the truck. When it hit the wall, the other one fall over. That guy climbed up and jumped in the back of the truck. So, but yeah, we had a lot of people dying trying to get away from there. So yeah. Orchard Park, New York, south of Buffalo. Oh, you're a tough man, Mark. Matt. Is it Mark? Okay. And there's Supermodel here compared. But yeah, it was but that Buffalo just looks cold in the summertime. You can tell that they get cold in the winter. It just looks it. That's what me and Connie was talking about when we was going up there. I'd like to go up there to see the falls in the wintertime another time. It's a different time. It's something different to see. It's because it's nice in the summertime, but to see all that ice and that snow and the way that steam rises, I think it'd be something to see. Bills fan, you having Thanksgiving at your house? Yes, we are. We always do. Kids come over here. I don't know. They might run out of town this year, but they'll be over here. Falls and winters all. I mean, I bet they are. I Mama had a picture of the falls in the wintertime. She had one for it in all seasons. They were placemats. They bought when we went up there when I was a kid. Either that or I had an aunt give them to her. But yeah, and that was a nice picture. So sometimes I'll watch the daggone live cam on here. Watch it. Because you can find anything, just about anything live on YouTube. And that's what I'll do. I'll pull that up. I think it's up in Maine or Massachusetts or somewhere. They got a deer cam where they got a bunch of troughs spread out and they come through there every morning and fill them up and watch the deer come up there to eat it. Then I was telling somebody that they have a live rail cam up in Ashland, just north of Richmond there. Of train goes right through town there, and they have a camera trained on that. Watch that come through. So it goes right through downtown. Got shops running along the sides, and the train running right through town there. It don't take much to amaze me. Quite a light show surrounding the falls. You get those last year they had 8 feet. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, they got a ton of snow. And that year we went was one of the worst winters they had the year before because the lady at the motel said she went to Florida. I think to see her mom or something, stay with her mom. What it was. She went down there for some reason. This had something to do with family. So she missed it. And she was tickled too. Listen, man, I'm gonna get y'all out of here. Is that tea or bourbon? Just take a guess. It's tea. Well, somebody. Oh, it was whatchamacallit the other day. Dwayne. He said, "Isn't it funny how that water smells just like vodka?" On that last video he made. And I tell you a story about my cousin lived in. He was in he- um a nursing home for years. He was in an accident, and, so he was in one for over 2 decades. But I was over visiting him one time down there in Carolina. So we used to go see him on the way down or on the way back and stuff. It's only a few hours from here. But I was down there visiting him one time, and he was telling me that the nurse on the back shift come in there to give him some medicine. And that's what he said. He said he'd give him vodka. He was telling his dad. His dad said, "Brad, you didn't drink it, did you?" He said, "Yep." He said, "I sure did." He said, "You ought not to do that. You don't know how that affect your medicine." He said, "Well, he made the mistake." Milo's. No, this is I think this is probably store brand. Food line, I guess. Enjoy your evening, Steve. Bill's playing on Amazon Prime. Oh, okay, bud. Go enjoy him. Buzz was talking about bourbon. Oh, okay. Retirement vodka. Yeah. Sure did. And Brad, they had it down in Fayetteville is where he was at, in North Carolina. Or Fayetteville. Fayetteville. That's the way the wife says it. Fayetteville. But they there was a professional boxer down there who was gonna fight Mike Tyson at that time. And Brad was betting everybody because he come in to visit the nursing home, and Brad was betting everybody in the nursing home he was going to win because he was telling me about it. He said, "That's a big boy. He said, that's a big old fella there." I said, "Brad, you shouldn't have done that." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I shouldn't have lost every nickel he betted." He was something. Brad was something. He was a lot of fun. Well, I'm gonna get on out of here, man. Y'all, I appreciate y'all showing up. I don't usually put out much notice, but I do what I can. And a lot of times I have trouble. Like tonight, I started 15 minutes late because I couldn't figure out how to get back on and start it, so I had to shut it off and start over. You have a good night, everybody. Ronald, and Angie, Ice, JNP, real retirees, man. I appreciate you showing up. I appreciate that email you sent me. That was exactly what the place I was talking about. So I think those are pretty cool. Those are pretty neat. I mean, just something. It's something different, you know. So I'd like to come up with something to put out there for that reason. Don't take much to amaze me, though. But y'all take care of yourselves, man. I appreciate you showing it up, and we'll talk to you. I guess Monday. Y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving, man. In case I forget, y'all have a good Thanksgiving, man. And take a minute, man, just to be grateful for what you do, God. It might not be much, but it's more than the next guy. You know, I don't know. Enjoy the football game. I guess what's Detroit and Packers playing is what my son told me. So, of course, we got to go for the Packers. But I don't know. Packers are subject to throwing the game away at any second. So, I might not watch past the first half. I need to buy me some of them sponge bricks so I can throw it at the TV. But y'all have a good night, man. And I appreciate you showing up. We'll talk to you later on. And see here, end stream. Bye.